Breakin Boundaries. Yeah. Welcome, y'all. She's a bomb-ass, ride-or-die, tell-it-like-it-is boss bitch, and you want her on your team. Unless you're playing sports.
She is bold and she is brave.
She looks like the devil and she smells like whiskey.
When Katie Beth sings, you just don't hear the music. She makes you feel it.
She sings from her soul.
She's breakable but strong.
She loves hard. Music is all that matters.
I realize I'm where I'm supposed to be. There's a picture hanging on the wall in Mama's house. Girl, I played the music just a little loud.
Katie Beth, she's the best. Well, she's amazing.
Hey y'all, you're listening to Breakin Boundaries music with Katie Beth. Welcome to this week's show.
Hello, Breaking Boundaries music. How are we doing this evening? I'm so excited to tell you that I have a special guest. I have Miss Amy Acklyn. Woo! How are you?
I am wonderful, Katie Beth. How are you?
I'm good. That's weird that you call me that. So I am going to play a lot of your songs, but I want you to tell me some things because people don't know all about you because, like we talked about earlier, you only have a MySpace account. Welcome to 2000.
That's from the year 1867. So.
Well, welcome to 2019.
Absolutely.
So, some people know who you are, and most people don't, so we're going to go to pretend land, and we're going to pretend that people don't know you. So, who are you?
Okay. My name is Amy Acklyn. I am from Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Graduated from Elkhorn. I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, the year after I graduated, and I lived there for 13 years, and was very blessed to play with wonderful artists down there, do some great co-writing sessions, and recently moved back to the great cheese state here, Wisconsin, about 3.5 years ago, and playing with a country band up here called Georgia Overdrive, so playing drums for them. So living life, loving it, still getting to do what I love every day and be on stage and play music, so...
Well, we are going to play the first song from Amy Acklyn called One More. Here you go.
Getting used to lonely, settle in for another night of your memory. But I made it through midnight, held on, and traded my tears for the morning light. Said I'm gonna be alright. That's one more heartache down, one more bad luck that won't come back around. One last goodbye to go through now. That's one more heartache down. Every day I'm making through, I get a little closer to getting over you. It hasn't been easy, but I keep telling myself when it gets to me, I'm breaking, but I'm breaking free. And that's one more heartache down,
So you just heard One More from Amy Acklyn. So Amy, tell us a little bit about One More and how that came to be and why you recorded it and anything you want about that song.
One More was written by a friend of mine named Kim Baird. She was on the road for many, many years with Brooks and Dunn, singing backup. Does a lot of studio work in town, you name it's records. And she pitched it to me and said, I think you'd sound great on this track. And my producer took a listen to it, and we kind of tweaked it just a little bit to kind of fit me a little bit more, kind of my style. I'm pretty traditional country, so when we went in and cut it, it was a little bit different than what the demo was, which I was really happy with it. It definitely was kind of breaking my boundaries a little bit. See the little pitch there, Katie? Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a little kind of out of my comfort zone because I am very traditional country. It's definitely my wheelhouse, so that was more on the not necessarily poppy end, but definitely, like I said, was a little out of my comfort zone. But was really happy with the end result, and that's kind of the in a nutshell story of One More.
All right, so I'm going to tell my One More story. When we started tonight, I told you a little bit about Amy and how I met her, and one of my favorite stories of all time is she was in a band called Cobblestone. I will never forget that for the rest of my life. Shout out Michael Chapman. Who else was in the band with you? Christine Cherry. Yeah.
Randy Kraft and Marty Martin.
Oh, Randy Kraft. Oh, I love it. Okay. So they were playing the Nashville Palace, which if you've ever been to Nashville, it's one of the places. It's not downtown. It's actually over by Opryland, but it is a Nashville staple, and it's where a lot of people got their start, including Willie Nelson. And it's a beautiful room. It's a great big venue, and they were playing there, and it was one of the first times that I had gone out and seen really anybody play since I had moved there. And I ended up, did you guys ask me or how?
I think we kind of, because you are very vibrant. If anybody knows Katie Beth, they know she's very vibrant. And we needed somebody, the Nashville thing is to run the tip jar. And I think either maybe Christine or Michael asked you to take our tip jar around, and then it was kind of history from there. Every single show, you would run our tip jar around.
I just remember running through the whole venue and being like, put your money in the bucket. I think I made you guys like, what, $250 or something that night?
Yeah, I'm already retired. Thank you. I appreciate that. So.
I mean, that's not a lot when there's like 87 people in the band, but I feel...
That's true.
So what, I guess you told us a little bit about being from Elkhorn and One More. What got you into music? How long have you been doing music? You know, kind of give a little bit of backstory. Did you always do music? Did you always play?
Definitely. Anybody that knows me knows the epitome for me of why I play music is the Judds. I heard them when I was 8 years old on a little cassette tape. That my mom had been listening to it, and I was in the other room doing whatever, and I just heard those voices, and it was just completely magnetic for me. I remember just being sucked into that room and asking my mom who that was, and it was just nonstop. I just couldn't stop playing the tape, and wore it out, and I remember that Christmas I asked for a drum set. Drums is actually where it kind of all started for me. My uncle had a 50s and 60s oldies band when I was very young, and he sang and played drums. And I always used to love to go out and watch him play. I'd go out to the club gigs and stuff, and I'd stand backstage. And drums was definitely the main instrument that I gravitated. My eyes would just immediately be gravitated towards the drummer. And also, I'm sure it helped that it was my uncle and I knew who it was, so it made it that much more exciting for me. But definitely the Judds is the reason, I was sucked into the country music spectrum, and then, I came to know, of course, Patsy Cline and Tammy Wynette and George Jones, and the list goes on and on. But definitely, I would say the Judds is the reason I play music, for sure.
How old were you when you heard that? Do you know about?
I was like 8 years old.
Wow.
I remember I I remember 8 years old. It was like the summer when I was 8 years old, and then that Christmas, I got my first drum set when I was 8. And my sister still hates me to this day because I got a drum set. So I would play that thing nonstop until I drove everybody crazy. So that's why they moved me upstairs.
So when did you pick up? Oh, sorry about that. When did you pick up the guitar?
The guitar was a little bit later. I want to say I was like freshman in high school, I think, is when I got my first guitar. My mom bought me, my mom and dad for Christmas bought me my first guitar. And I remember sitting down and, I would watch, I'd always watch like the ACM Awards and CMA Awards, when Reba had her big hair and, I'd notice when they'd get up to the microphone and you would always hear them thank their producers and the songwriters, and you don't know when you're younger how important songwriting is until, now that I, was very blessed and thankful to have done it for a living, you don't realize how much that impacts artists and how it makes or breaks an artist is the song. And what were we talking about, Katie? I get talking and now I forgot what the hell I was talking about. What did you ask me?
Gosh, I totally don't even remember.
You don't remember either. Oh, look, a squirrel. Whoa.
Oh, welcome to live radio, y'all. Oh, my goodness.
I think I maybe have to poop, so my mind is not thinking about the question. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's totally fine. I poop before every show, so yep, we knew that this was going to happen.
And you're never going to ask me to do an interview on the show again.
So what was the very first song you recorded?
The very first song I recorded is probably, it wasn't are you talking professional?
No, just in life.
Okay, I would say the very, very first song I ever wrote was called My Heartache and Me, and I wrote that when I was 14 or 15, and it was about, heartbreak, which is kind of hilarious because I was 14, so I had no idea what a heartbreak was, but listening to country music from a young age, it just kind of was embedded in me, I guess, and so that would be the first song I recorded. I had the little cassette tape recorder where you press the record button and you talk into it. And I think I recorded on one of those little dilly bobbers. Is that a word, dilly bobber? If not, I just made it a word. So yeah, the first song I ever wrote is the first song I recorded.
Okay, so I'm going to be really mean and I'm going to play a couple of minutes of that and we're going to make Amy listen to it. Here is My Heartache and Me.
I can't help the way I feel about you, and I know you will never be in love with me, so I'll wait for you at this table for two, but instead of you, it's just my heartache and me.
So that is a little bit of My Heartache and Me. I wasn't supposed to play that song, but I just love it.
No, you were. You silly little naughty little girl, Katie.
Hey, I only played 30 seconds of it.
Oh, man. I don't even remember how it starts. Isn't that terrible? It's my own song, and I don't remember how the darn thing goes.
It starts with a beautiful slide guitar.
Oh, well, there you go.
So if you had to define your music in one sentence, so no one had ever heard you, it was literally you're standing in a sea of strangers and they put the microphone on you and they say, define your music in one sentence, what is that?
Holy moly, let me think. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I would say true blue country from the heart.
Ooh, I love that.
That's kind of what first thing that came to mind.
All right, well, we're going to play your next song, Get Gone by Amy Acklyn.
Get Gone. Co-wrote that with a friend of mine, Randy Moore. I had the kind of first bit of the verse and a whole chorus done and took it to him, and he has some great ideas, and we finish it up that afternoon, and was really happy with the end result.
You say your love for me is gone. It hasn't been there for so long. Wanting me to let you go. Now if that's what you want, well, there's a door. So get gone. Yeah, get gone. Have a nice lifetime or alibis. Now you're on your own. You got the best of me. Keep having the rest of me. Now you say so long. So get gone. Get gone. A month goes by and the phone rings. Guess what, it's you. You're wondering what went wrong and who's to blame. Tell you the truth, it's what's your name. So get gone. Yeah, get gone. Have a nice life, no more alibis. Now you're on your own. You got the best of me. Keep having the rest of me. And you say so long. So get gone. Get gone. You got the best of me. Keep having the rest of me. Now you say so long. So get gone. Get gone. Get gone.
That was Get Gone by Amy Acklyn. So, are you going to play that at Easton's Cause that you have coming up?
Possibly.
Tell us a little bit about that show you have coming up.
Easton's Cause is a wonderful benefit. Actually, that yours truly, Miss Katie Beth, actually got me involved in last February, and great people that are the head of it. And it's just anytime I get to give back and give to a good cause, I hop right on it. So it is going to be taking place at the Gobbler's Theater in Johnson's Creek. February 2nd. It's a Saturday night. The show starts at 7. I think doors are at 6. You can go online to eastonscause.org for tickets, and if you type in the code WOC19, you can get $5 off your ticket price. So,
look at that. And I think there are still tickets available.
I believe so, yes. I believe there's plenty. So go and order a bunch and come on out and have some fun and hear some great music.
Awesome. Okay, so I have some hard questions.
Oh, boy. I'm scared.
What is your favorite cover song to play that you've played in the past or that you might not have played yet?
Wow. Favorite cover song to play? I would probably say Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash. Just because the energy that the crowd gives you just from like that beginning, like that boom, 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 everybody knows it, and the energy that I feel from the crowd from that song, it just makes me have that much more fun singing it. So probably Folsom Prison, even though I've sang it 18,246 times, I sing it another 18,000 times.
So what's the song that you've written or recorded that defines your musical career to date?
Wow, Katie Beth. No warning on these questions. Okay,
Nope.
Ask me one more time.
What is a song that you've written or recorded that defines your musical career to date?
Musical career to date. Written or recorded? I would say a song that I wrote, actually it was last year right before Easton's Cause, and I finished it, and actually Katie Beth again was the one that backstage we were kind of just rehearsing and warming up, and I said, hey Katie, I just finished the song a few days ago, I still got to polish it up a little bit, but of course she was like, yeah, go ahead, play it. And I remember singing the verse and the chorus, and I had my eyes closed, and I opened my eyes, and you were across the table and you were crying. And I remember you saying, if you do not sing that song tonight, you're a fool. And I remember getting on stage, and because as a songwriter, as you know, and anybody that's listening that's a songwriter, when you write a song, it's very precious to you, and you want to make sure everybody that hears it likes it. So for me, have just finishing it like literally 2 days prior, there were still things I wanted to tweak and change, and I wasn't completely happy with it, but boy was I wrong, because I played it, and I'm glad I did, because it got a great response, and I definitely would say, the question that you asked to respond to that, this year is, I should say this last year, the last 6 to 9 months has been, emotionally, I've been through really rough times in my life, just as we all have, but it's been the most trialing time for me in lots of aspects of my life. So when I wrote that song, it was very, I dug very deep when I wrote that. So definitely I would say it's called Teardrop Song, and that is the one I would pick to answer your question. And
you're going to play that at Easton's Cause?
Yes, I definitely will be playing that. Awesome. Correct.
All right, so I have one more question, and then we're going to play another song. If two artists had a baby and created you, what two artists would that be?
Oh, my God. That is like the awesomest question I have ever heard on planet Earth. Two people had a baby. Oh, goodness. I would say Dwight Yoakam and Terry Clark.
Oh, that's a great answer. All right, so we are going to play the next song. This is Doing the Best I Can. Amy, you want to introduce this song?
Best That I Can was definitely the fastest song I've ever written. Finished it up in 45 minutes, start to finish. Ideas were just flowing out and couldn't get it down on paper fast enough.
Wishing I could be the one loving you, holding you in my arms like I used to. But right now I'm just playing a fool, holding on to you when you've already let go. But life goes on, yeah, I know. But these days go by so slow, hoping I'll find true love again.
had to cut you off.
Yeah, I know people are going to be like, what was her answer?
I don't even know what you were talking about.
I loved when I forgot what I was talking about. People are going to be like, is she drunk? What's going on?
No, that's just life. We talked earlier today, and you said, you know, are they going to know that we're just going to laugh the whole time? You know, they're going to think we're ridiculous. I'm like, yes, they will. All right, so you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
If you could go back in time to any era of music, what would that be?
Oh, man. That's going to be a toss-up between, like, the 70s country or the 90s. Because 90s country, just in general, to me is like, nothing's going to top that ever again in country music history for me. Like, that's, you know, you have everybody from, you know, Pam Tillis to the Kinleys to Leanne Womack and, oh my goodness, the list goes on, Trisha Yearwood. And then in the 70s is when, you know, Jeannie C. Riley, Tammy Wynette, Patsy Cline, that's when they all were really topping the charts too. So Merle Haggard, and gosh, if I had to pick between the two, I'm going to say 90s because I think for me that would fit my music best. I think that's what my music resonates with the most, would be 90s country.
That's a great answer. I love 90s country. It's my favorite.
The best.
All right, so we're going to play a game.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to give you 30 seconds, and I want you to answer as many questions as you can. Don't think, just answer.
Okay, you know that I have Tourette's, right? I'm just going to say, like, baby monkey, baby.
All right, so in 7 seconds, we're going to start.
Okay,
5, 4, 3, 2. What's your weirdest fear?
Hair.
What's your
Wet hair.
superpower?
I poop a lot.
What pet would you love to have?
Penguin.
Do you like pickles?
Love pickles. Milwaukee pickles.
Are you good at accents?
Very good, yes.
What are you good at?
I'm more so good at impressions, not necessarily accents.
Okay, what would be a good theme song for your life?
Golden Girls.
What would you name your boat if you had one?
Oh my gosh. Pee-pee Hana. That's what I call my dog. Rosie is Pee-pee Hana.
Oh my god. Oh, what would be on the gag reel of your life?
Oh gosh. Me, like, never being serious.
And last one. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, people take life way too serious, so I try to have as much fun as I can.
Yeah. And what's the worst smelling place you've ever been?
When I have just left the bathroom.
On that note, y'all, I'm going to play When I Think About You, I Smile by Amy Acklyn.
Looking at these letters that you wrote takes me back a long time ago. How you seem so in love with me, thanking God for something so meant to be. And passion swept us like the wind. We swore that we never let it end. But even if we did, we'd be mature and have each other with a heart that's pure. But things don't always work out our way, and love happens and life shows its face. But still, even after all this time, when I think about you, I smile. strange how a heart grows cold. Promises get broke. Feelings and pride all get hurt. Somewhere along the way, our bridge burned. Oh, and things don't always work out our way. And love happens and life shows its face. Still, even after all this time, when I think about you, I smile. Maybe we could still be friends. That way the both of us can win. 'Cause I miss the person that I knew before our angry words, bitter truth. Oh, things don't always work out our way. And love happens and life shows its face. Still, even after all this time, when I think about you, I smile. When I think about you, I smile.
That was When I Think About You, I Smile, Amy Acklyn. So, guys, I just want to finish up this awesome interview. You're my first. Amy, you're my first.
Awesome.
Ever in life.
Congratulations on this incredible little shindig you got going on. You sound great.
Well, thank you. I just want to make sure that everybody sees you at Easton's Cause. And I know that you're working on some music for 2019 and going to maybe get in the studio and record, especially the Teardrop song, because that's really good.
Yeah.
But you are on Facebook, and we are working on a Facebook page and some other social media presence for her. So be on the lookout for that. And I just want to tell you that we've been best friends for 12 years, guys. And we always joke that we had to move 526 miles away in order to become best friends because we both grew up in Wisconsin, obviously. And I just want to tell you that it's been the honor of my life to learn from you and watch you play and watch you go through all the trials and tribulations that you have. And even though you don't think so all the time, you've come out swinging and better than you even were before. And I don't think there's anybody musically that has taught me more that I've learned from. So thank you so much.
Wow. And now I'm crying. Thank you, Katie. No, I've got some tears going on, but thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot.
Okay, we're going to leave it on a fun note, and we didn't talk about this, and I should have talked about this in the beginning, but do you remember the very first day I met you?
Oh, God, I'm scared. I'm sure there is a clincher coming where I said something really stupid.
So I had just moved to Nashville. I had just gotten a job, and it was like my third or fourth day being there, and I had my orientation at the Wild Horse Saloon. Shout out Wild Horse. And we were up in the river, or I was in the Riverview room with Michael. I can't even think his last name, but that doesn't matter. And these two, a guy and a girl, came into the Riverview room. They were servers.
Oh my God, am I one of these people that walked in the room?
Yes.
Okay.
And you walked in, you're like, "Hi, I'm Amy," and you introduced yourself, and you "I'm in 3 bands," and and then you and Caleb air humped on the window, and I was like, "Yep, this is where I'm supposed to be."
Oh my God. Yeah,
Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee.
And I'm laughing because I don't doubt that actually was real life that happened.
I can picture it in my head, like literally, like your server little shirt and your apron, and and your
was
hat.
Was it the black polo shirts?
Yep, and you had a tan hat on.
Yep. Oh, the Wild Horse uniform. We all looked top notch, I tell you what.
All right, Amy. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it so much, and I love you, and I can't wait to see what 2019 has in store for you.
Thank you for having me, and I hope to see you guys at Easton's Cause in February.
All right, guys. That's Amy Acklyn, and we'll be right back.
We're searching for the dark horses, the long shots, the ones that can't get played. We want them all. Send your requests to Breakin Boundaries Music.
Okay, so we're back for the late night dinners. Last week I created this steak thing out of thin air with cream of mushroom soup and onions and all the things. It was awesome. So I have not gone shopping since that time a week ago, which means I have even less food in the house now. I don't think I've gone shopping in like 3 weeks. Yep. So that brings me to why I'm recording this right now for you. So when you haven't gone shopping for 3 weeks and you don't have very much food and you're looking in your cabinets and you're looking in your fridge and you're like, what in the possible world can I make? Well, I had tuna, I had noodles, and I had about 37 containers of mayonnaise because my mama gets them on sale and then just has me put them in my cupboard so that I have them when I need it. I'm not even kidding. I literally have 3 of them in there right now. So I made bomb-ass tuna noodle salad. And what may I add? Wait, what? I don't know. What did I add, may you ask? I think that's how you say it. It's late. It's like 1 a.m. Oh yeah, that's right. I cut up onions and I cut up pickles. What? Not only just regular pickles. Let me even see what they are. They are Famous Dave's hot and spicy pickle chips. They were so good in it. So yep, at 1 a.m, I made tuna noodle salad. I'm not eating it right now because, it's always better the next day. So I'm going to let that thing, get real juicy in the fridge. So that's my late night dinner brought to you by KB. What's cooking in your kitchen with nothing in it? Talk to you soon. Also, I've always wanted to write a book, and I'm not really the cooker type. I can't bake, and I don't follow a recipe to save my life. However, I would be interested in writing a cookbook with all the shit that's in your fridge and cupboards that you never eat. The bottom of the barrel, the back of the cupboard, the stuff that you're like, yeah, I'm not really going to eat that. Or the stuff that you forget is back there. Or the stuff that if there was a tornado and a blizzard and you got snowed in, can you tell we're in Wisconsin? You'd end up eating. So I would definitely be interested in writing a cookbook with, cooking with KB, with the shit that's left over, whatever it is. I don't know what the title is. So if anybody is interested in publishing that kind of cookbook, you just let me know. Hello, how are we? Oh my goodness, you guys have no idea. The kind of evening that it's been. I'm so glad that you're here and that you found the link. These are Gary was messaging me and said, these are the stories you'll remember. So I just want to tell everyone thank you so much for listening to Amy and loving her music. Gosh, she's so good. You got to go see her on February 2nd at Easton's Cause in Johnson's Creek at the Gobbler Theater. She's going to be playing some originals and some covers, and she's just the best. And that's why I asked her to be the very first guest on this show, and it was really important to me to have her be on here and talk to her and play her music and make sure that you guys hear her music. So make sure that you find her on Facebook, Amy Acklyn Music. And I'm gonna, I think we're about 5 minutes out. So let's continue the conversation that we had. I have a second guest artist tonight, guys. So let's continue the story from last week about my name. And I had some people message me over the last couple days and week. Can you believe it's a week? It's been a week since the first show, and it's 2 weeks into January, into 2019. Are we on like a fast forward button? Did someone hit 2 times fast and we're not in real time? Because I really feel like that's what's happening right now. So you guys all listened, and I really, really appreciate that. And I had some questions about, did you ever meet your dad? Did you ever get to talk to him? And so after I got off the phone with him that day, my grandparents came and from Arizona, and I met them, and they stayed for 2 weeks. I think, 2 weeks. And then I did get the paternity test, and it was found out that Jeff was, in fact, my biological father. And then I got a call from him, and it said, he wanted to come and be part of my life and meet me and kind of tell me what had been going on and why it had taken 24 years for him to, I guess he didn't reach out to me. I reached out to him. But